What's up, guys? This is Tom Burkhardt from Car-Revs Daily in the brand new 2017 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. This is Hyundai's first ever dedicated hybrid model, and out of the gate, it is really impressive with best-in-class 58 miles per gallon. That is 2 better than the 56 that the Prius Eco can manage, and has some other really unique elements going for it versus Prius or hybrid variants of traditional sedans like Camry Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and Fusion Hybrid. The first thing that you might be noticing is that it's pretty peppy. That's a great thing, thanks to the feel of the pep really comes from the 6-speed double clutch automatic transmission. So this is one of the first times that a double clutch has been offered in a full hybrid like this. And we don't have paddle shifters, but we've got controls here right on the gear lever. So we can go into first, like we are now, and then enjoy some acceleration. Not exactly super rapid, but a great sporty type of feel, especially in sport mode, versus any dedicated hybrid that has come before. So this double clutch transmission works with a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder making 104 horsepower, and then 43 ponies come from the electric motor that acts as like a torque converter for this double clutch 6-speed automatic. So the total combined system horsepower is 139, so not exactly going to set the world ablaze, but definitely extremely impressive considering the economy of this car, which is terrific. So we're out for a first drive today up in North Carolina, and I'm in sport mode for this Ioniq Hybrid. So the Ioniq will come in 3 variants. The first is the hybrid, and the second is a plug-in hybrid that'll be available in Q4 of 2017 as a 2018 model. And then the third option is a full battery electric, and that is limited to just California for the first year, but is expected to have a full rollout shortly after that. And it can be custom ordered from shoppers in all 50 states at any of their Hyundai dealers. Pardon me. At any of their Hyundai dealers, you can order that battery electric hybrid, even though it won't have its full marketing and full launch for outside of California for the time being. Really, because that accounts for 4/5 of EV sales and has much more infrastructure for charging, and especially for fast charging, it becomes a no-brainer to keep it in the West Coast for its initial rollout. But this hybrid itself is expected to take the vast majority of the sales for the new Ioniq range, up to maybe even like 90% of the sales will go for this initial hybrid. So the reason for that is because it's just so good and so easy, and really eases the transition for people who are new to an electrified alternative powertrain. Let's see what's down the street a little here. So people who are new to electrification and hybrids in general really like the simplicity of just having to gas it up and just automatically getting awesome fuel economy no matter how they drive, really, and not really having to worry about plugs or chargers or any of that stuff. The hybrid itself is also ideal for people who don't have access to a garage or plugs, you know, handy, because it just runs on gas like a regular car, but happens to like double the fuel economy of many other compacts in this size. So Ioniq is really impressive for that, and then for many other reasons too. Really, its design and its cabin are pretty impressive. I love the range of driving position. So you got really adjustable seats. We're in the limited ultimate, so this one is loaded with nav and all these like raised piano keys and everything are standard. But you've got nav and moonroof on this ultimate pack, as well as many other goodies like heated seats, adaptive cruise, lane departure warning, backup camera, of course, proximity sensors, and then drive modes. So that's a big deal for a hybrid to have any kind of drive modes. We'll go back into regular D now. But for any hybrid to have drive modes really ups the engagement factor dramatically. Even if the vast majority of buyers are not going to be engaging sport mode, it is very nice to have it, because it proves that what the car can do beyond just being sort of like a fluffy type of Prius where they just kind of ride and smoothly, but they don't handle. The steering is like pretty feel free, and the performance overall is generally pretty lackluster beyond just acceleration. Like they're just not very engaging cars. So where Ioniq will really carve a niche for itself is in offering an alternative. So with this 6-speed double clutch automatic, that's the big first step, and then the other big component of this is the rear suspension. So not a live axle like many people are expecting when they see how big the trunk is and the back seat is in this car. It is an independent multi-link suspension in the back, which is really, really impressive and really helps the handling on the road. So in drive, super light steering, but pretty accurate and feelsome, and a really high quality feel for the steering wheel itself. This new Hyundai design is very, very premium. And the cabin itself runs like 30 to 40% recycled or like mixed media surfaces. So like the plastic is like this new generation sort of smart plastic that that is recycled first off, and then includes like wood components and other sort of like biomass. And there's a bunch of other elements like the you know, the fabrics and all of that stuff is sort of tailored and optimized to be as eco-friendly as possible. So it definitely speaks to the mission of this car, to be an eco-hero and Hyundai's first ever dedicated hybrid model. But there's really more to it than that. This really isn't a Prius clone. It does try to one-up the Prius, and so far seems to do so pretty effectively. I'd say the most notable reasons for that are its normalcy. It's extremely normal. You get in and you don't have some kind of weird space age shifter. You have just a traditional column shifter here. You've got a traditional visibility and drive views. Even with the hatchback and back, it's still pretty like conservative looking proportions and design versus the polarizing look of the Prius hatch. And generally just offers zero, almost no compromises. I mean, it's essentially just a super efficient alternative to the Elantra and Sonata that happens to do 50 plus miles per gallon almost no matter how you're driving it. So very impressive stuff, and really liking the Ioniqs so far. Its steering feels extremely good, a notable improvement over the Prius Prime in particular at highway speeds, which felt a little like lost and a little wandery, whereas Ioniq feels very pure and direct and has good handling feel around corners. So I'm a fan of the car. It looks pretty sharp outside with some standard LED daytime running lights, and then on this Ultimate pack we've got adaptive cornering, xenons for the projector, and LED tail lights in back. So pretty sharp little style for the car, and one that you'll certainly be seeing on the roads very soon in mass. The Ioniq is great, and all three variants do look pretty similar. So the only differentiators between the plug-in hybrid, and then plug-in hybrid and hybrid look almost exactly the same, and then the electric model has a full fascia in gloss black versus this hexagonal slatted grille for the regular hybrids. But overall, very good car. One you should definitely check out if you are in the market for any kind of premium or mid-size type of sedan, and just happen to really value efficiency and low running costs. Ioniq itself costs about a third of what it would cost to run a traditional car on the road. So that's pretty impressive on a per mile basis, and the car's pretty cheap to begin with. So pricing for Ioniq Hybrid Limited goes up from about $27,000 as the base price. It jumps up with the Ultimate package for $3 grand, and then floor mats for like $125,000 to about $31,500 is the all-in price for this loaded Ioniq Hybrid. So very good value, and it represents only about a $3,000 premium, or $3,500, maybe $4,000 premium over a loaded Elantra Ultimate. And with that upgrade, you get a double clutch transmission and this hybrid drivetrain with lithium-ion battery power that delivers the best fuel economy of any traditional full hybrid available in the United States. Very impressive right out the gate for Hyundai. Go check out the Ioniq. It is available in dealerships from February 2017. So it should be available now. See you soon. Thanks.